The Blue Hour by Paula Hawkins, published by Doubleday, and this is a mystery that is set in the Borders and on the fictional island of Eris, which is on the western coast of Scotland. Now you can access Eris by causeway, so it's only accessible every 12 hours, and this of course adds a lot of tension to the story. So here we have, the book opens with an interesting disclosure about the artwork that is on loan to the Tate Gallery in London, and it is the work of Vanessa Chapman, and somebody has spotted something quite extraordinary about it that obviously sets a ball rolling. We get to know the story of Vanessa Chapman, an artist, and she has bequeathed, very surprisingly, all her works upon her death to the estate of Fairburn. Now at Fairburn there was Douglas and Emmeline, and Douglas was her art dealer, and he has been shot. It was an accident, but he's no longer on the scene, and so his son Sebastian is in charge of the works. Now he also has his very old friend Becker living on the estate. And Becker is an expert in Vanessa Chapman, and so he curates her work. And now, over on Eris, Vanessa Chapman's long-term friend Grace is living, and there is quite a lot of friction between the people at Fairburn, who are entitled apparently to curate, have all her artworks, and between Grace, who is on the island, and Becker has to be the in-between, the go-between, to try and sort of soothe things over and just kind of get a degree of normality. Now, normality is not a thing in the Fairburn household because, you know, these are upper-class rich people. There's a lot of stiff upper lip, there's a lot of hatred, there's a lot of connivance. And I think the most difficult thing is that Sebastian, son and heir, was going to marry Helena. That point, Douglas was shot and their wedding was called off, and suddenly we find that Becker and Helena are together, and they eventually get married, and she's now pregnant. So, you know, there's kind of triangulation going on there that feels really unhealthy. So you've got real hints of Saltburn. You know, I'm sure that's where Fairburn came from as a name for the house. And there is a lot of toing and froing. That's quite a complex story, and it's quite difficult to describe, but I would say the author does a really wonderful job of keeping all the threads in line so that you don't get confused. And I felt she'd gone back to form because obviously she's well known for The Girl on the Train, and the last couple of books I've read by her didn't bowl me over. They were kind of quite stodgy somehow. But this one has a lightness, not a lightness, it's quite dark in fact, but kind of looseness that kind of propels it along. So if you are looking for a mystery with a really good atmospheric backdrop, Scottish backdrop, then, you know, have a look at Paula Hawkins' The Blue Hour, because I really, I was committed to reading to the end. The end, I'll leave it up to you to decide how you feel about that.